FEMA Mount Weather. The U.S. government has often concealed its most sensitive operations in seemingly ordinary locations. A prime example is the mysterious Mount Weather facility, designed as a presidential bunker. While its entrance is easily spotted, foreboding signs declare U.S. property and no trespassing. Multiple barriers, crowned with razor wire, encircle the facility. Yet what's visible above ground pales in comparison to the labyrinth below. Established during the Cold War era, this high-security subterranean stronghold, located a stone's throw away from Washington, D.C., underwent significant upgrades post 9/11, a period marked by heightened national anxiety. Though individuals with access are bound by confidentiality, snippets of information have surfaced, thanks to diligent investigative journalists and occasional leaks. Officially associated with FEMA, Mount Weather boasts its own emergency services and a distinct organizational structure. The facility encompasses an extensive network of tunnels built to shelter government dignitaries in the event of nuclear warfare. Some speculate that Mount Weather houses a covert shadow government that influences DC's power players, operating under its unique legal framework. While strategic barriers shield parts of Mount Weather, its primary entrances, carved into the mountain protecting the facility, remain visible to the audacious few who approach. In 1974, a tragic incident thrust Mount Weather into the limelight. TWA Flight 514, a Boeing 727 bound for Washington, collided with the mountain, claiming the lives of all 92 on board. This catastrophe drew unprecedented media scrutiny to the facility. Remarkably, the facility's robust defenses ensured minimal damage. Only a phone line was affected, with services restored in a mere 2.5 hours. Post-crash, the media unveiled this, quote, clandestine government stronghold, which insiders dubbed Ground Zero. Today, Mount Weather remains a pivotal component of the government's nuclear contingency strategy, equipped to broadcast presidential messages in post-apocalyptic scenarios. Given escalating global tensions, the prospect of Mount Weather being fully operationalized is more pronounced now than at any time since the Cold War. Mount Pony. In the shadow of an impending apocalypse, one of the government's primary concerns is to uphold both social and economic order. This means ensuring the security of its financial institutions, including the Federal Reserve. Nestled within Mount Pony in Culpeper, Virginia, lies a vast bunker system designed with this mission in mind. During the 1970s, this underground fortress safeguarded $4 billion, intended for circulation only after the dust and devastation of a Cold War conflict had cleared. With inflation taken into account, this sum would equate to over $22 billion in today's money. Surprisingly, much of this cash was in the form of unwanted $2 bills, neatly bundled and stacked on pallets reaching 9 feet in height. More than just a colossal vault, Mount Pony was envisioned as a beacon of hope in a post-apocalyptic world. It was designed to ensure the resurgence of commerce and industry, and to guarantee the survival of the American dollar. Constructed during heightened geopolitical tensions in 1969, the facility was officially named the Federal Reserve System's Communications and Records Center. It boasts 135,000 square feet of bomb-resistant storage, living quarters, offices, and more. Designed with the looming threat of nuclear warfare in mind, the bunker featured lead-lined shutters and steel-reinforced concrete walls that were 30 centimeters thick. It was also equipped with high-security outposts. The $6 million facility housed a state-of-the-art air filtration system to shield its inhabitants from radiation. It also stored a 1-month supply of freeze-dried food, sufficient for 400 people. Interestingly, only 200 beds were available, suggesting that the occupants would sleep in shifts. The compound also featured a gun range, helipad, and a refrigerated unit for storing bodies that couldn't be immediately buried or cremated. However, Mount Pony's role evolved as the Cold War receded into history. The cache was eventually removed, and today, the facility serves as the heart of the National Audiovisual Conservation Program, archiving precious media for the Library of Congress. S4. Area 51, synonymous with secrecy and conspiracy theories, has long captured the public's imagination. While it's widely believed to be a hub for advanced weapon systems and potential UFO testing, its existence was only officially confirmed in 2013. Yet even more enigmatic than Area 51 is its rumored subsidiary, S4. Located several miles away, its existence remains a subject of speculation. The world first heard of S4 in May 1989, when Robert Lazar, a purported ex-employee of Area 51, appeared in a shadowed interview on Las Vegas television. Lazar painted a vivid picture of S4, describing it as a series of concealed aircraft hangars ingeniously tunneled into a mountainside. He claimed his role there was to reverse engineer one of 9 captured flying saucers. Identified as a U.S. Navy employee, Lazar spoke of an antimatter reactor within the vehicle, powered by a then-unknown chemical. This reactor, intriguingly positioned beneath a force field sphere that repelled human touch, was his primary focus. But Lazar's revelations didn't stop there. He spoke of official documents detailing 10,000 years of human-alien interactions. He even claimed to have seen the remains of gray aliens with petite frames that corresponded to the saucer's seating arrangements. In a particularly eerie account, Lazar recalled a fleeting moment at S4 when he saw 2 men engaged in conversation with a small, long-armed entity. However, Lazar's credibility took a hit. In 1990, he was convicted for his role in a prostitution ring, and later faced charges of distributing illegal substances. Additionally, his academic claims, degrees from MIT and coursework at Caltech, were debunked when neither institution could verify his attendance. While Lazar's tales have a dedicated following, many skeptics dismiss them as fabrications, leaving the truth about S4 as elusive as ever. Small unit training in subterranean environments. In an era of rapidly evolving warfare, the U.S. military is venturing into uncharted territories for training. They're delving deep into the subterranean world, where every turn can be a potential death trap. Underground tunnels and complexes are a double-edged sword. On the one hand, they're a nightmare for invaders due to their blind corners, labyrinthine designs, and the ever-present threat of lethal traps. On the other, they offer a unique tactical advantage for properly prepared teams, precisely what Project Warrior Shield aims to harness. Over recent years, the U.S. government has invested a staggering $500 million to hone the skills of its troops in these challenging environments, preparing them for covert operations beneath the Earth's surface. In 2023, an intensive 11-day training session was conducted at a strategic location straddling North and South Korea. Here, small military units were put to the test. The chosen tunnels for this exercise weren't just any tunnels. They were a mix of basements, subways, and sewers, mirroring the intricate underbellies of urban landscapes. Troops faced the daunting task of navigating these spaces tactically. They dodged sensors, executed pinpoint maneuvers, and kept a vigilant ear to the ground, monitoring activities above. The simulation also threw other challenges their way, from breaching securely locked doors to operating efficiently in tight spaces with limited weaponry. While history has seen wars waged on land, sea, and air, the military seems to be making a bold prediction. The next frontier of warfare might be just beneath our feet. Camp Century ice tunnels. In the shadow of the Cold War, military operations ventured to the most remote icy expanses and deep beneath the Earth's surface, preparing for the unthinkable, a full-scale nuclear confrontation. Declassified in 1996, the true nature of one of these facilities, Camp Century in northwest Greenland, emerged. Far from being a mere example of cost-effective military and scientific outposts, it was the epicenter of a clandestine Cold War initiative called Project Iceworm. This covert operation aimed to embed a vast array of nuclear launch sites capable of withstanding an initial nuclear onslaught against the United States. Established in 1959, Camp Century was an impressive display of geoengineering. Thousands of feet of tunnels were carved into the ice to conceal the world's first portable nuclear reactor. The envisioned blueprint for this icy fortress included provisions for up to 600 nuclear missiles, ever ready to retaliate against the Soviet Union in the grim eventuality of nuclear conflict. Beyond the missile silos, the facility's labyrinthine trenches and tunnels sheltered around 200 permanent inhabitants. This subterranean community boasted amenities like a hospital, store, church, and even a theater. Drawing water from melting glaciers, meticulous checks were essential to ensure it was free from thawing chemicals and lethal pathogens, including the plague. By 1966, the dream of Camp Century and Project Iceworm began to crumble. The unsettling reality of climate change made the ice cap stability questionable, eerily linking two potential global calamities that could herald humanity's downfall. In more recent times, Camp Century has offered a treasure trove for geologists. Ice core samples from the site have provided invaluable insights into the accelerating melt rate of ice caps. The findings are deeply concerning, suggesting that the hazardous remnants of Camp Century might soon be unearthed. Which of these underground facilities hides the greatest secrets? Let me know in the comments. As always, thank you for watching Dark 5. Like and subscribe to continue exploring the greatest mysteries of this world and beyond.